1, 2, 3.
To her individual expression and offerings, she is also part of the Harmonious Earth team based in Sedona and co-facilitates many life-changing group adventures and high-vibe destinations all over the world.
At a certain point, it all just clicked together, and I knew, okay, this is what I am here for. This is part of my mission, to teach them how to stand in their own power, how to heal the lower chakras, how to heal whatever's going on in the womb areas, their sexuality, their sensuality, and how that affects all their life, because it's not only about sexuality, it's about abundance, and that's something you are an expert at. And if some area of your life isn't really working, it has its effect in all the other areas. So I felt in my own life how that totally freed me up and gave me this new perspective on life. And I just felt like I have to share this with other women. I can talk about it for hours, but it's something you have to experience to know what I'm talking about. So I always say in the beginning of the classes, depending on your level of commitment and openness, that will determine how deep the healing goes. But I also say that whatever they let go during that class is gone forever. I'm more focused on the energetics of the womb area and all that has to do with birthing, sexual trauma. And Lori, what you're doing is actually healing the body with physical touch.
Tissue inside of the vagina that also needs to be addressed and has gone through a lot of different traumas for many of us, whether it's even a simple thing like a slip and fall and bam, and things harden and get tight, whether it's some type of sexual trauma that we've experienced, or like we're saying, the birthing experience. Mm-hmm. All of that can really contribute to hardening in the tissues, which then puts a twist on our whole pelvic region and can actually affect us all the way up, cause a lot of headaches, or all the way down through the legs.
This is interesting. This is interesting because once you start doing all that de-armoring, sexual de-armoring, you will have this renewed sense of, oh, I want to enjoy and explore my sexuality. And then you're telling me, if this area of the body is not correctly positioned, you can get a headache. So women are like, I don't want to have sex because I have a headache. Well, ladies, work on that pelvic area, get rid of those headaches, get all that energy flowing. And I've had women that done the energetic works that say, I was never able to have a vaginal orgasm before the session. So I can imagine you have stories like this as well.
Yes,
where
absolutely.
It's the energy, just the blood flow in that part of the body is what is the sense. Yeah, getting rid of that contraction, the constriction, opening it up, letting the blood flow, and just feeling all those sensations again.
Because sometimes we can also have physical restrictions around our G-spot that we're not allowed to feel pressure in that area. And so when we start to release and open up that tissue, the blood flow comes back in, the oxygen comes back in. There's just a sense of openness.
You're listening to this and you've gone through some experiences in your life of like trauma, stress, questioning why you're even here, feel the sense of frustration or stress or like, I know I've got a purpose. I know there's a reason why I'm here, but man, this is so hard. And why am I struggling? Why am I repeating the same patterns over and over again? Why don't these meditation practices work? Why can't I just become spontaneous, awakened like Eckhart Tolle or the other people? I would invite you to instead look for opportunities to go in, healing and inner shadow work that you can access in order to clear out your own psyche first. I promise you that if you are resonating with some of what I'm saying, any inner work you do will pay off 100-fold, 1,000-fold in the months and years ahead. Not only will you assist yourself, you will assist your lineage because you'll draw the line and no longer pass on dysfunction through the generations, but you'll also assist overall in the planetary healing and awakening and raising our vibrational frequency.
We looked at the chakras with regard to money and abundance and flow and the importance of the way our energy bodies are connected with the physical and with the very real aspects of living our lives and being able to receive, as Julia so kindly offered to step in and show us what that's like when we have a belief that's locking us into a stuck place.
So returning to that belief, I don't need anybody. I don't need to be dependent on anybody. Would you like to let that go?
Yes. What I thought was beautiful was that moment you remembered that.
Yeah.
And
It was
and it was like such a powerful memory, and it was the one.
Yeah.
And again, the subtlety, the feminine way of power and wisdom to unlock that and set ourselves free that Lisa so beautifully facilitated for us. And it all prepared us for that very, very powerful sexual de-armoring and then the ecstatic dance and what that was like for each of us. I want you to just really tune in to all of that, all of what we went through. And that was just till Friday night. And then yesterday, doing the Lotus rebirthing, well, doing the timeline reimprinting first and the Lotus rebirthing and sharing a meal and painting. And today's profound sharing and beautiful blessing of our wombs to remember that the womb is not a place for pain or suffering. It is the place of creation.
Just tune in to everything that feels out of balance, physical, mental, emotional, when it comes to your sexuality. Tune in and feel if there's anything coming up for you. So how is your sexual health? Infections, irritations, so on, so on. What type of relationships are you attracting into your life? Do you feel desirable? Do you feel sexy? Do you feel sexual energy flowing in everything you do, or do you compartmentalize your sexuality? How about your sexual appetite and your libido? How would you describe your sex life? Do you feel fully free to express yourself sexually in intimate relationships? Is there any form of controlling or manipulating energy involved when it comes to sex? Are you in your mind during sex? Do you ever have negative feelings towards your partner during sex? Is there room for playfulness and fun when it comes to lovemaking? Can you feel a heart-to-heart connection during sex? And most important, are you able to orgasm? What kind of orgasms are you experiencing? Ever experienced the power of a full body orgasm? So tuning into all these questions, and if you feel guided to come to Sedona and do this powerful work with me during those 5 days, the power of Shakti here in Sedona, just message me, let me know. I am looking so forward to welcoming you into this loving circle.
This retreat was so transformational because Sandra led us in a process where I was really able to connect to the power of Shakti in my body. I have to say that before this retreat, there was a bit of, it felt like an abstract concept, the power of Shakti. I love the idea, but I didn't actually experience it in my body.
Incredibly thankful for this experience because I know that I will never be the same. And I know this sounds cliche, but it's actually true.
I just experienced Sandra's incredible retreat. What I experienced here in just a few days, I haven't experienced anywhere else.
I've experienced the most amazing 5 days on the Shakti Power retreat in Sedona. I have got so much from it and more. It's gone over and above my expectations.
Sandra took us into this internal world that I've never been before.
These facilitators really, I've probably done over 1,000 workshops, I'm not kidding you. And I have to say that it's a very special, very sacred, very safe container that was created for this event.
It was so deeply transformative, and like I can't even connect or tap into the person that I've been before. I feel completely reborn, and that is completely due to Sandra's incredible ability to guide you through all those layers of emotions and trauma that is stored in our bodies. And with every session we dig deeper and deeper and deeper.
Deeply going into feminine practices that I have not been able to find anywhere else to heal my lineage and my womb and so much more.
Sandra's heart is so wide and just so all-encompassing. Her house, her hospitality, just her power, and it allows you to expand and to learn so much about yourself in a comfortable environment with others who allow you to share your experiences.
Through working with Sandra and Lori and all the processes we did that really got us into our body, really helped us do some really incredibly deep healing. It was so transformational, as well as the community of women.
Before I came here, I felt such a disconnection with my body, especially with my feminine energy. And I also felt such a disconnection to other women and felt unsafe in the whole world, basically.
It was an incredibly beautiful deep dive into the power of our Shakti. As women, I feel like it is not something that we give ourselves permission for in this culture, to really be in our womb space, to really embody the divine feminine, and to really connect to the power of our Shakti energy.
As a woman, being able to connect with your body and your womb and your feminine essence is the most beautiful thing that you could ever do.
If you are looking to deepen your connection to Shakti and rebirth a new self, I would completely recommend this experience.
I've never done anything that was so powerful, and this is all thanks to Sandra.
The energy of this earth and of Sandra and her co-facilitators have held us extremely sweetly and beautifully. If you have a chance to work with Sandra, I highly recommend it.
So if you feel the pull to Sedona, if you feel the pull to enhancing your Shakti power, to opening up all the lines of flow, then come to Sedona, come to Sandra's retreats. You will not regret it.